Aaron, please.
Hello.
How are you,
How are
bud?
you guys going?
Good to see you.
Yeah, see you. Okay, so I'm talking about this topic again. I think we've talked about a year ago. And I've talked about with the East Side Community Board. So we're talking about the road layout around Tancred, Woodhouse, Surrey, and Rochester Street on the east side of town. So these streets are used as a bit of a cut through for many people, and people drive relatively excessively through there. And what we're finding is that we've got traffic lights both at the end of Gloucester and Woodham, as well as Linwood Avenue, and people are using these residential streets to go through relatively fast. So I've noticed that there has been a speed monitor there a few weeks ago to look at Woodhouse Street, which I really appreciate. I'm not necessarily concerned about people exceeding speed limit of 30, 40 k's an hour. We're talking about people who are exceeding the speed limit a lot faster. I've got a camera outside front of my house. So for a car traveling 60 k's an hour, that means we're going about 14 meters per second. So by the time the camera catches a car going by, it's already gone by. So we're not capturing cars going by that speed. So we're finding a situation where the road layout is very excessive and very encouraging people to speed. So despite bringing this attention to the council before, and I've had questions about tree planting initiatives and all that around the area, we have not seen anything like this in the past few years in our neighbourhood. We've had over 60 houses within this block being built, which is about over $1.2 million worth of development contributions. Plus, the neighbourhood layout has been around for over 80 years, and we have not seen any improvements in the area. So my question really to the council is, if money's going into the council from these neighbourhoods, we've had trees being cut down, mini trees being cut down in this neighbourhood, which is not being replaced for this development. Where's the money going? It's obviously being distributed to other areas through discriminative methods, which I really think should be questioned. This is not really a point for consultation. This is a safety issue within our streets. Even we've got people driving through very excessively. You've seen these photos before. Got beautiful photos of really wide open streets. These streets are wider than Highway Number 1, going down around South Island. According to Austroads, which is the governing body for Australasian layouts, streets should not be any wider. Residential streets should not be any wider than 6 meters. So 3 meters per each lane, 3.7 meters per each lane. And so, our streets are far, far wider than that. Hence, we get excessive speeding. It's also written in NZTA's guiding information for street layout. We'd like to see an improvement in our streets. We haven't seen any input from the council to improve that. We've had roadworks in the area to do the same thing that was done 3 years ago, to do road repairs, exactly the same repairs, stage one, year after year, which ends up in gravel pits. And we haven't had stage 2 come through, and repairing a road which is far too wide. By planting street trees or closing up and making more of a cul-de-sac layout within this layout that you can see, we're going to have better absorption of water from runoff. We're going to have more controlled traffic and people less conducive to speeding in this area. And it wouldn't cost so much in road repairs, which is ongoing year after year for exactly the same thing, which is completely needless and waste of government money and private money. So what I'm proposing is narrower streets and encouraging street trees to be planted within these roads. And there are, on our street by itself, Woodhouse Street, with 135 metres long, we have 9 children under the age of 5 years old. Yet people are still driving through it over 60 k's an hour comfortably. I'd like to really see the results of the road monitoring. I wouldn't be surprised, just be curious. So doing a quick cost calculation for putting street trees by cutting out the road and making it narrow, as you can see in the photos above. Probably cost not much more than $50,000. I've been very conservative on these numbers. I'm sure the council get better rate than a privateer doing it themselves, but if I was to do this job myself, I mean, for $1.2 million, there's a little bit of money can go into our neighbourhood, please. Yeah. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, mate. Perfect timing. No, that's very good. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention, and it's a sensible solution that you've brought up. So we'll make a note of that and see what we can do.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Okay, Annabelle, please.